What's going on, guys? Today I'm going to be reviewing the MM731 by CoolerMaster. This is an ergonomic mouse which is very lightweight and made mostly for FPS games. It's a very fun mouse to use, and yeah, I think it's going to be a great review. About the shape of the MM710, this is an ergonomic shape. As you can tell, it flares out from the side, from the right side, quite a bit. From the left side, it flares out a little bit at the top, and is very it's indented a little bit from the middle, and then flares out again from the back. It's very similar. It's very similar in hand to an EC2 or a Ponage Ultra Custom, the ergo one, but it's very comfortable mouse to grip. I think the shape is really good for FPS. It's very easy to pick up and put back down. It's very easy to swipe left and right. For some of the features of this mouse, it has a 3370 sensor. It has white PTFE feet. It has good side buttons. It has optical switches and good side buttons. It has a pretty tactile scroll wheel. I'll do a Santos test real quick. These are like the optical switches and the Razer Viper Ultimate, but they feel better. They feel better in my opinion. They have a light actuation force. They're not as heavy as like Kale's, but they're not as light as like Omron. So the skates on this mouse are thick, but they're not as thick as core pads or aftermarket skates. They're probably around 0.6 millimeters, and they do the job. They glide well. They glide pretty well. They're not bad by any means. Okay, so for the sensor position of the MM731, it is very forward placed. It's a very forward facing sensor, which means that your movements, if you're coming from another mouse, your movements will feel slightly faster, and your micro adjustments would feel slightly more jittery because of the sensor placement. It's closer to your fingers, so like when you're moving left to right, everything feels more sensitive. It's much easier to aim vertically. It also depends on the shape, of course. The Axomonor is very wide in the back, which hinders like vertical movement, but like the sensor placement is really good on this mouse. It took me a while to adjust because of that. It might take you a little bit to get used to, but it's nothing like that you can't use. And I think there's actually an advantage to having for FPS to have the sensor slightly above the middle, kind of like the G Pro wireless has. It's like slightly above, not as high as this one, but slightly above center. Hope that helps. This mouse also plays really well in game. When I was playing Apex, I didn't notice any lags. The clicks were really good. Very hard to tell the difference from like a Razer mouse or a Logitech mouse. Yes, the video did take me a while to make, and I've been playing a lot of Apex Legends. I've been practicing with it, and I'm getting pretty good now, but if it still feels weird, like micro adjustments feel weird, and it just takes a while to get used to like the forward sensor position. But tracking is good. Tracking is very easy. Micro adjustments are the only thing that feels weird when somebody's really close to you. It feels very sensitive for micro adjustments, and the sense feels off a little bit. Besides that, I've been busy taking care of myself, playing a lot of games, trying a lot of different mice, and keeping improvements steady but consistent, using AimLab, CSGO, Overwatch, and Apex. And yeah, that's it for the video.